His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa, in the presence of His Majesty's personal representative, His Highness Sheikh Abdullah bin Hamad Al Khalifa, and the Minister of the Royal Court, Sheikh Khalid bin Ahmed Al Khalifa, received His Majesty's advisors and a number of officials at Safriya Palace, where a number of topics on local affairs were discussed. His Majesty hailed the initiatives implemented by relevant authorities to ensure the success of the Ashura season, according to the distinction of Bahraini society and the foundations of its authentic, inclusive identity based on coexistence, compassion, and the cohesion of its societal fabric. His Majesty expressed appreciation for the efforts of the Interior Ministry and the awareness and national responsibility of the statements of the heads of Ma'atim, as well as their keenness on the success of the Ashura season, with the continuation of the Bahraini approach in observing it. He highlighted all the security and communal services, the smooth organization, the follow-up on the rituals to ensure they are practiced freely. His Majesty also affirmed the importance of accuracy in writing the history of Bahrain and its people, and to utilize reliable sources, affirming that some books were written in certain times and circumstances on particular historical aspects that should not be adopted as historical references, as they are not based on reliable sources, were not agreed upon, and were not used at any time. His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa also received fine artist Dr. Ahmed Muhammad Amin Al Khaja, accompanied by Brigadier Dr. Haytham Amin, who presented His Majesty with paintings. His Majesty expressed thanks and appreciation for the paintings and hailed the efforts made by artist Al Khaja in preparing these fine works of art, which demonstrate his ability and artistic excellence, wishing him success. His Majesty expressed pride in creative Bahraini artists and their contributions in highlighting the civilized and cultural image of the kingdom through their work and artistic productions. The first Deputy Chairman of the Supreme Council for Youth and Sports, Chairman of the General Sports Authority and President of Bahrain Olympic Committee, His Highness Sheikh Khalid bin Hamad Al Khalifa, received heads and representatives of 26 clubs in the presence of GSA CEO Dr. Abdulrahman Askar. His Highness commended the efforts of national clubs that have ended the financial dues of their players, coaches, and administrative, medical, and media staff to end the fiscal year 2022 without any debts, according to an administrative and financial methodology in line with the rules and regulations of the authority. He affirmed that the authority is keen on following up and encouraging clubs to pay the dues of all athletes and suppliers to ensure their rights. His Highness expressed thanks and appreciation for their efforts and expressed aspiration for the list of the clubs which ended the fiscal year 2022 without debts to include more clubs. He also affirmed to support them for a better future for Bahraini sports. His Highness Sheikh Isa bin Abdullah bin Hamad Al Khalifa's 2Cs motorsports team achieved victory in Portimao race, which was held in Portugal, within the Intelligent Money British GP Championship to regain the lead and remain 6 points away from winning the season title. On this occasion, His Highness expressed pride in the team's achievement that adds to the achievements of the Kingdom of Bahrain, extending his congratulations to all the team's crew and congratulating all team members for their brilliant work during the races in the World Championship. His Highness said that finishing the race with a win for the first car and an honorable position in the top 6 for the second is a great achievement, as the two cars showed a great rhythm in all stages. The duo, James Cottingham and Johnny Adam, were able to win the race after starting from the front, while duo Ian Logie and Phil Kane finished the race at the top 6. Johnny Adam achieved his 19th race win, equaling his teammate Phil Kane's number of victories with 2 rounds remaining. Cottingham expressed his happiness with the results achieved by the team this week, noting the support and interest of His Highness Sheikh Isa bin Abdullah and the effective strategy developed by the team during the race. The Minister of Finance and National Economy, Sheikh Salman bin Khalifa Al Khalifa, received the CEO of the Saudi Fund for Development, the SFD, Sultan Al Marshad. The Minister commended the deep-rooted historic relations binding the Kingdom of Bahrain and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. He praised the joint ties, which are based on solid cooperation and common action to further development at all levels in light of the care of His Majesty the King and the Saudi King. He noted the commitment and keenness of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister and His Royal Highness the Saudi Crown Prince and Prime Minister to further bolster joint ties. They discussed cooperation between the two countries in the financial and economic sectors, commending Saudi support to development projects which contributed to spurring growth, which reflects the long-standing ties and joint GCC work. The Minister stressed the importance of further reinforcing cooperation to achieve common goals and aspirations, commending the role of Saudi Fund in following up and implementing the Saudi grant as part of the Gulf Development Program, as well as other projects. The Minister of Housing and Urban Planning, Amna Ramehi, visited the site designated for the implementation of 131 housing units in partnership with the private sector, in addition to the residential buildings project in Salman Town. The Minister was briefed on the progress of construction work in a number of projects and the progress of allocating sub-road networks for vehicles to link the projects built in the islands with the town's main road network. The Minister also reviewed the stages of implementing service projects in the town. She stated that the Ministry has begun to implement the project through the Government Land Development Rights Program and that construction work will begin before the end of this year. Ramehi said that the Ministry has doubled its efforts to implement the directives of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister to putting the Government Land Development Rights Program projects into effect. She noted that the Ministry is working on implementing 8 additional projects and building 280 housing units in Khalifa Town through this program. Ramehi also noted that the Ministry is coordinating with all relevant authorities to ensure the availability of the required building permits and the necessary basic infrastructure at project sites. The Minister of Youth Affairs, Rawan Tawfiqi, attended part of the Career Development Training Workshop, which was organized by the Opportunities Committee of the Lama Authority. The Minister confirmed that the Kingdom of Bahrain has raised the ceiling of youth empowerment to very high levels by involving them in the planning and implementation of many national programs that contribute to shaping the future of the Kingdom. She noted that the issue of empowering young people, training them, providing them with scientific and practical expertise, and investing in their energies are in line with the Kingdom's vision towards youth. The Minister indicated that the workshop, which was presented to the participants of the Lama program, was designed in a modern way that enriches their perceptions and is considered part of the training processes that the participants undergo in the program and contributes to enhancing their skills. Youth City 2030 is one of the most prominent initiatives offered by the Ministry of Youth Affairs to the youth in Bahrain, as it has become one of the most prominent training projects for the youth to cultivate their talents and provide them with all potentialities to utilize their creative energies. More in this report.
Youth City 2030 is a model city that is considered one of the most prominent training projects for the youth that contributes to developing their talents, providing them with professional and field experience, and enabling them to utilize their creative skills and energies in order to create qualified national cadres to participate in the comprehensive development process in the kingdom. Youth City 2030 is considered one of the youth initiatives that have a distinguished reputation gained through qualifying many youth models who found their way to success and creativity in various fields. In this version, the Ministry of Youth Affairs will continue to provide training opportunities to qualify Bahraini youth with all they need for creativity and excellence. The city provides 2,740 training opportunities in various fields. It also offers over 100 programs that were carefully and professionally designed to meet the youth's needs, develop their skills and abilities, and prepare them for the labor market. Youth City 2030 is divided into 5 sections: leadership and entrepreneurship, media and entertainment, arts and culture, science and technology, and sports and health. The programs will focus on projects that aim to enhance the technical, practical, and creative aspects in all the city's sections.
In cooperation with His Highness Sheikh Nasser Center for Research and Development in Artificial Intelligence, ALBA affirmed its commitment to making progress in its operational processes by employing artificial intelligence. This came after the announcement of the completion of a joint project with the Sheikh Nasser Center for Research and Development in Artificial Intelligence, which employs artificial intelligence in a unique technique that works on predicting wet anode density manufactured by Bahraini hands. The Kingdom of Bahrain is witnessing progress in various development fields, which enhances the growth of the real estate sector and enhances its role as one of the sectors with an effective contribution to the comprehensive development process led by His Majesty the King. More in this report. The real estate sector in the Kingdom of Bahrain is one of the competitive sectors that attract investments and contribute to supporting the national economy in light of the interest of His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa and the continuous follow-up of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa. The Survey and Land Registration Bureau announced that the volume of real estate trading during the first half of 2023 amounted to 542,643,000 Bahraini dinars, and the Bureau stated that the volume of these transactions during the second quarter of 2023 amounted to 299,618,000 dinars, while the number of transactions during the first half of 2023 reached 13,397 transactions, an increase of about 11% over the same period last year. These figures confirm the remarkable and rapid growth of the real estate sector in the kingdom, achieving more results at good levels that are in line with the positive indicators achieved in the economic recovery plan. This sector is also characterized by organized and facilitated government procedures for investors that translate Bahrain's Economic Vision 2030 and support the achievement of sustainable development goals. The private sector has a major role in the real estate growth witnessed by the Kingdom of Bahrain through the launch of many initiatives aimed at strengthening the role of the private sector and creating a suitable environment to attract investments. Tamkeen launched the Collateral Portal, which targets job seekers, business owners, and various institutions as part of its priorities based on enhancing the participation of local competencies in the development process of the kingdom. The portal includes a national database that focuses on the information and communication technology sector and helps bridge the skill gaps in the labor market. This portal was launched through a well-thought-out strategy that researched the local market and global economic variables and was designed to enable individuals to bring about positive changes in the information technology sector. The Speaker of the Arab Parliament, Adel Assoumi, met with the Secretary General of the Council of Arab Interior Ministers, Dr. Mohammed Koman, in Tunisia. The Speaker praised the great efforts made by the Council in setting up mechanisms and visions for developing the security system among member states. He stressed the great importance of the Council, describing it as a security point for the Arab world that enhances cooperation between Arab countries in the field of security and combating crime.